Hello, everybody. Welcome to maybe the last halftime show of the season. I am Greg Iwinski, your host. Insane halftime, right as we hit the first time I think that this might have happened. Halftime buzzer beater right as we go to the show. Pritchard, who some people had slandered from his previous performance, hits a halftime shot to put them up 21 points. Okay, I'm sorry. That blew up what I was going to say to start the show because that's what happens when you make a show based on something that's happening. First, let me introduce my guest for this show as I set our 15-minute timer for our show. Comedian, writer, performer, impressionist, television, comedy doer, all sorts of things, and the pride of Omaha, Nebraska. Cameron Lodgson's here. Thank you so much for coming on, Cam.
Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for having me. Very exciting time to be watching the NBA, maybe? It's 20-point lead at the half?
Yeah, it was exciting, and then that last 5 minutes turned it into something that's like, oh, this might just be over. Because the thing that my wife, who also is a very big basketball fan, has talked about is that if you're the spouse of one of the players on the Mavericks, you're like, you're not winning a trophy. Like, let's go. Let's get the vacation planned, guys. You're not coming back to win this thing. I'm booking the Airbnb right now for Game 7. You're not going to be there.
Yeah, it's a really it's both disheartening and exciting. Like, I love to see a team play really well and play their best, but you also want to see some competition. And well, we're not really getting that. So there's this.
Yeah, and I thought it was competitive, and then you look at that last quarter, it was sneaky because it wasn't until the end, but a 39-point quarter for the Celtics. They laid it on. They were plus 10 in the first, plus 11 in the second quarter. So they have just been ripping it, but I think the thing that's craziest to me is Luka has 9 points on 10 shots. Luka's only taken 3 free throws. Kyrie has 5 points. So the two guys who you need to go off and go crazy, who have been dragging them into games, especially on the road, are just non-existent. And that's what's been crazy to me isn't that they're losing or that it's hard. It's that Luka has been part of the narrative of the game for every game because he's such an incredible player. And in this game, it's like he's not. You forget that he's there until that shot at the very end.
It's this weird thing where I feel like in this game and in this series, Luka has kind of been performing the way that he looks while he's playing. Nobody's ever watched Luka's game and been like, oh, what a graceful athlete. He's just good at what he does, but this time around, he's not delivering. You can't look like that. Like, you can't play like this and also have the box score that you do. It's not looking good.
Yeah, because when you are doing well, it's amazing. How did this guy who looks like my mechanic do this? But then when it's bad, you're like, why is my mechanic playing basketball?
It's the best when you watch him and he's just clunking around, barely looking like he has the basketball in control, and then he goes off and is just the Luka that we all know and respect. But this time around, man, it's really sloppy. And like you said, even Kyrie, you need him to perform too. You've got 2 all-stars. They're just not doing what they need to do, and then if you look at everybody else, I mean, outside of Boston's duo, the rest of their players are playing well, and nobody in Dallas is really picking up the slack for them. So I don't know what to do.
It does feel I mean, by the time they land back in Dallas, their families will have the vacation bags packed. It's like we know we started packing right at 9:45 Eastern time. We started packing because it's just, yes, they can come back, and yes, they came back in Game 3 a little bit and then didn't get it done. But it's just, you just don't see that kind of fight and fire, and so many people playing for Boston would have to start playing bad. The Porzingis thing is wild to me because the injury is this incredibly rare injury. It's Kurt Schilling, but on the other side, it's the inside of your foot. It's not a tendon. It's the sheath that makes sure your tendons don't slip over that bump on your ankle. And so they told him, hey, buddy, you know the thing that protects that gruesome sounding thing from happening? That's gone. And so I do wonder if you're Porzingis, you're like, do I need to play the second half? Because right now my tendons are good, and we're playing well, and we're winning. So I don't want to play second half.
It just depends on how many other players are going to pull him directly to the ground to see if they can target that very specific injury.
Yes, wild to be. Yes, maybe if I throw him down, I'll get his tendons over.
If I throw him down, we'll take him out. That'll be what he's been out. I don't know why you thought that was going to help you anymore. It's not like he came in just making a big difference. I think he just wants to be a part of the team that is very confident that they're walking home tonight with a trophy.
I mean, it is wild. This is truly a. I think that's what. I think it threw us off. The last game was such a weird aberration. I think a couple years ago, I think what people say is maybe they all had COVID for that one game. Why did they all play so bad and get beat by 38, whatever. But they were all off in a way that made me wonder if they had like bad barbecue in Dallas or some kind of crazy thing go wrong.
They ordered the pizza. They ate the whole pizza. It was just them for the pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist that says that the NBA had to keep going, but it wasn't what we've seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did bring in Scott Foster. Yeah. And Scott Foster's there at their delivery order, just dripping in some stuff. We need a game 5. Okay, here we go.
But this time around, what do you do? You watch it. So, what do you do? I know you had pitched this before because you had mentioned the article about the cost of beer at the Celtics game, which was how much is it for just one beer?
They have the most expensive beers. They have the most expensive beers in the NBA.
Okay.
And the price of one beer with tax is $19.87. So that's It's $20. That is for a 16-ounce beer. So it's like a beer and a third or whatever. Like it's a tall boy. But it's real tall boy, I think, is 20 ounces. If anyone in the chat knows the exact ounceage of a tall boy, I think a tall boy is 20. But this is a 16-ounce beer, so it's like a can of soda and a half, and it's $20, which is even more expensive than New York City or Los Angeles, and that's straight up wild. Yeah, so I think what we were talking about before the show was, okay, you're up 21, you're at the game. You're going to win, and even if you have a family, you've told them, if we win, I'm not going to be home till like 6 a.m. because we're going to go party in the streets. How do you manage your alcohol over the next 2 quarters of basketball so that when they win, you're having the best time? Because they're going to cut it off. I feel like also there's the Boston PD must be like, cut off all alcohol sales right now. We're done.
It was 20. Normally, the cost of a beer in Boston is $10, but they're doing cutoff at halftime just to give people a chance to sober them.
Yeah.
Double the money in the first half. The police department said we can't be cleaning up that mess, and they're going to have a mess to clean up.
Because it's gonna be wild in the city. It's been just long enough. Yes, it's your 18th banner, and my team, the Suns, have none. But it's been since 2009 means it's been long enough that there are young people who don't remember that one. So they're like, this is the moment to get out and get housed,
And they're going to turn up. I mean, I think if you're a Boston fan, you're just loving every game except for the last one, and you're just like, or maybe you even enjoy. I'd have to talk to a Boston fan specifically, but maybe you enjoy them. Kind of, I don't want to say taking a dive, but losing the last game so that they could come back this time around, have a huge celebration, really get the most out of the series, watch as much basketball as possible, because you're going to walk away with it.
Yeah.
What is it? It's no team has ever come up from 3-0, right?
No, never
happened.
So you do know, and I think you knew tonight. There is a part of you that goes, because Boston has won so many that they're kind of used to it. Where you go, we would rather win it at home, because that means the confetti comes down, and they play shipping up to Boston or whatever. They bring the trophy city, out, and the players go out to like 5 bars in a row, and it's like a whole, they get to do a whole thing at home. So it is better to win at home, because no one will remember that game 4. They're just going to remember they showed up and killed it in this game.
I mean, it'll say 4-1 at the end of the season, and it'll have been an annihilation the whole way through.
Yeah, because they lost 3 games in the playoffs, in the whole playoffs. They won 16 and they lost 3, and they're really good. And hopefully there's not some kind of crazy riot. I just watched the documentary on the Vancouver riots when they lost the Stanley Cup, and now I'm very interested in these white sports riots. Boston might get jumpy.
Does. They're great at it. They're good at lots of things. They're good at basketball, and they're good at shutting down the city.
Cam, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
How many Wahlberg brothers are we going to see on social media tonight?
Oh, man. I don't know. Is Mark at the game? He's got to be, right?
He's got to be at the game.
He's got to be. He's down there. He's got his ugly shoes, and he's selling them, The thing I love about Mark Wahlberg is he keeps trying to get all of his brands off the ground. I don't love any of them, Wahlburgers is okay. Not going to lie. I've had Wahlburgers. Not bad. But the municipal stuff and his different, I don't know, I guess one of his brands is the church, which is, that's doing well. But it's not his. He doesn't get to claim it. He just kisses it.
No, he's sliding in, and he's now co-owning. He's like, you guys heard of the church? I just invented it. It's really cool.
Yeah, I do like that he's coming in and trying to make it happen. Yeah, no, they'll all be out. I don't know if Ben and Matt will be out that way, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe I missed it, but I haven't seen who they've highlighted celebs that might be at the playoffs. Or maybe people are mostly trying to avoid this game so that they haven't get out of Boston.
I haven't seen them do any celebrity go-around yet. Every game they have shown it, Belichick's been there. At least one Wahlberg's been there. I don't know what old Celtics will be there, but yeah, it's been an interesting mix of celebs. Okay, so we only have we got to move on. Only a couple minutes left. Very sorry to jump in, but I do want to talk about 2 more things before we get to our predictions. One is obviously our ref of the night, who is the alternate tonight, even though he's in his 24th season. Courtney Kirkland, number 61, born in Michigan, went to school in Michigan, has been reffing forever. Got a degree in computer science. Seems like a cool guy. Started in the WNBA. Favorite book?
Had to get that degree.
99, which also means he came right out of college into being a ref because he graduated in 99. Right now it's 2024. He's in his 24th season.
Straight out. Didn't need that degree much.
He got a degree in computer science that he has never used, and now he is a ref, which is wild. His favorite app, because they have fun facts about the refs, his favorite app, the NBA app. No one else picked that. No one else of the refs picked the NBA app. Weirdo effort. And then his favorite movie, The Matrix, cool. Favorite TV show, Billions. Okay. Favorite book, Total Money Makeover. Interesting. I'm always interested when referees are talking about their money. Because...
Do referees get it like that?
No. So,
Oh, all right.
Where are you getting that money? Where are you getting that money from? Okay, we have 2 minutes left. Let's talk. I do want to talk about commercial-wise. I think you saw the Gatorade commercial with Jordan, but
100% not Michael Jordan.
Right, it's
definitely
not
a computer. What has happened?
I think they just did an AI Jordan.
Just because he wasn't available to film, you think?
Doesn't that seem on brand for Jordan though? That they're like, hey, can you do this Gatorade ad? And he goes, can you have a computer do it, but you give me the same money? And we say yes. He goes, cool. Cigar in mouth. End of conversation.
Either that, or he showed up for another commercial shoot with that mustache, and they were like, we can't do that again.
It's not back in style. It didn't get back in style since you tried it in the 2000s. He just it's just not a thing.
And it's not a good-looking AI. I mean, it's pretty video game. I mean, it's not bad, but it's video game looking, and it's weird. Do you think it was the real voice, or do you think it was AI voice?
No, I think we're gonna find out later. It's an AI voice and an AI Jordan. Straight up both, and they're gonna sneakily be like, see, no one even noticed, and no one was mad about it, and they'll be like, well, we were kind of mad about it.
We noticed, and we didn't.
Just on a show that people weren't watching. Yeah. Okay. So we have 1 minute left. So the last thing we do on the show, maybe for the last time, because it looks like this is over. So last time for the season, is our totally unqualified prediction, which you will not be held accountable for. So for the second half of this game, what is your unqualified prediction?
My unqualified prediction is that Dallas is going to come back. They're going to win 105, 104 over Boston on a buzzer beater.
Okay.
If I can't be held accountable for it, that's
you can't.
I'm
I'm
not a ref trying to manage my billions here, but
Yeah.
if I were betting, okay,
Yeah.
I'm saying no. If I weren't betting,
No, these are president rules. You're never held accountable.
Perfect.
Yeah.
If I weren't betting, I'm saying Dallas. If I am betting, 100% Boston. What do you got?
Yeah. Mine, I do think. I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see a celeb get on the court and try to hold the trophy. A non-player, a Boston celeb who's feeling themselves too much, get on the court and try to grab the trophy and have to find out that they're not part of the team.
Is Tom Brady there?
Ooh, I think they'd let Tom take the trophy home. They let Tom do whatever he wants. I don't know if you saw that thing. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that that big ceremony he had, but that was that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are out of time. The third quarter is about to start of what it seems like maybe the last half of basketball of the NBA season. Cam, thank you for coming on and being our guest.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate you. We'll have to have you back next season if we do this again. And thank you everybody for watching. Probably until a different basketball tournament. We'll see you next time. Thanks.